Syracuse cornerback Garrett Williams is yet another intriguing prospect in this deep cornerback class. While a serious knee injury cut his season short, he certainly has a leg to stand on in this class. Let's see why in this 2-minute drill. Garrett Williams has a great feel for any zone defense and may be the most intelligent cornerback in the draft. He's a solid processor and does a great job reading the quarterback's eyes and changing his positioning accordingly. He does a good job processing route combinations on the outside and knows when to pass off routes and fall off to make a play in the flats. Williams does a good job overall contributing in the run game. He does a great job IDing run plays quickly and flying downhill to make plays on the ball. He's not afraid to get physical with receivers and generally does a good job playing through traffic and making routine tackles against the run. In man coverage, Williams shows great patience at the line of scrimmage and press and off-man technique, with good footwork and good hip fluidity. He does a good job mirroring releases and generally does not open his hips too early in the route. He does a good job consistently staying in phase and rarely drags himself out of position in man coverage. While Williams shows good technique, his on-field athleticism leaves a bit to be desired, as he isn't particularly explosive and does not have ideal long speed for the position. He struggles to recover through routes if he does get beat as a result. Williams also needs to work on his physicality at the catch point and through routes. He struggles fighting back to the ball and needs to be better using his length to break up passes at the catch point, especially against more physical receivers. In addition, he's not as sticky as he could be through routes and could benefit from getting his hands on receivers more consistently. For an NFL comparison, Garrett Williams reminds me most of current Bills cornerback Dane Jackson out of Pitt. While Dane Jackson was drafted fairly late, he found a role in the Bills' secondary because of his intelligence and proficiency in man coverage, although he did lack the top-end athleticism to be a really exceptional man cover corner. And while I don't believe Garrett Williams will be drafted as late as Jackson was, I think he can carve out a similar role that Jackson did. Jackson was able to adapt his game to the fact that he was a subpar athlete, while also landing with a team that gave him a solid scheme to work under. And I believe Williams can do the same, given he lands with a zone-heavy team. His football IQ will give him a solid floor to contribute on many defenses, should he work out some of his issues in man coverage. Williams' injury makes him a bit of a wild card in terms of where he should be drafted. He had a chance to be a big riser with great athletic testing at the combine, but given that he will likely not be ready to test, his draft range should be fairly wide. I do believe he can be drafted top 100 even with some of his athletic deficiencies due to his great football IQ and technique. Regardless of when he is drafted, he should, at the very least, immediately provide depth and be a solid starter in a zone-heavy scheme. And that's the 2-minute drill.